Welcome back to the Cinema Crew's Point of View. And we are here to discuss, as we do every week, House of the Dragon. And we are up to the halfway point of the season, episode 5. So lots to discuss, lots to get into. But before I do, let's introduce this lovely crew. We got my man, my homie, way back when, Mr. E Money. What's good, homie?
Yo, what up? What up? What up?
And usually in the chat, but here gracing our presence this week, live, Miss Chloe Diz. What's up, Chloe?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
And of course, the legend, the man, the myth himself, the originator, Mr. Josh Waring. What's up, Josh?
Dracarys.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Let's get into this episode again, the official halfway point of the season, episode 5. And before we even get into the episode, we actually start at the Vale on Ruinstone, and we finally meet Daemon's wife. And you know, we're talking her up the whole series. We finally see her. Her cousin kind of say, "What's up?" She going hunting by herself. Daemon roll up on her, and she realized that he might be dangerous. Wound up falling off the horse, paralyzing herself, and then he wound up killing her. Let me start with man E. How you like that scene, bro?
Man, that was good. It was a great start. It was straight up grimy shit going on from the gate. Yo, I did not know that was his shirt. I'm like, yo, I ain't seen this. I didn't think she was gonna just die like that. I ain't seen that whole episode. The fuck?
They gave us a new character and killed her right away. That's Game of Thrones for you right there.
Right. What the hell?
Yeah.
That ain't
Let me go to Josh. How you felt about the scene with Daemon and his wife, Lady Rhea? She's her name.
Yo, Damon is a pure opportunist. Like he was literally about to walk away, but she put that last dagger in on purpose. She made that decision because it's kind of like, you know, woman scored. Oh, you gonna remember me? You know, smashing out windows and all that, things like that. That's how I looked at that. But at the same time, I can also see why Daemon was not interested in her, because she was incredibly masculine, right? And we know how things are in the realm at that time, right? So she's more of a Arya Stark, and that's not really Daemon's speed. But we'll see what is Daemon's speed towards the end of the episode.
Yeah, she kind of played him about his epithets. That's why he went back to kill her. But Chloe, how you felt about the opening scene there with Daemon and his wife?
So I felt a little bit different than Josh. So first and foremost, I knew that was Damon because he got a funny kind of stance. Like he got bow legs or something. I was like, oh, that's Damon lurking over there. Okay. And then when he took the hood off, I was like, okay, yeah, that's him. So number one, I did not, but I kind of expected his wife not to be this like ugly, hideous woman that he was saying. And I felt like he was only saying that because he couldn't get it up. And seriously, like he was impotent. And she was mad at him, like, you can't even fulfill your duties to give me heirs. Like she was sending him, he was a simp, basically. I'm gonna use that term in this instance. Like she was more the masculine role because I guess in their relationship, he was more feminine. He couldn't do his duties as a man. So she had to like overcompensate. That's how I saw their dynamic. And that's why you could tell she always picks on him because he doesn't stand up for himself. Like he one of them people who pretend to be this like grandiose dude, but in the bedroom and at home, you just whack. Like your girl don't even like you. But all the women like him, but he can't even perform. He has this like sense of allure. And then when they find out what it really is, they like, ugh. He all talk like he cool until you really get to know him. And then you like, ugh, why did he even do it?
He wasn't able to consummate their marriage ever. So.
No.
All right.
It was good. I knew he was going to kill her because I think he finally grew a pair after he went to war. I think war changed him.
I think he got tired of Viserys saying, go back to your wife. So he figured, if I ain't got no more wife, you can keep telling me that shit. That's how I think it is. For real. Because he kept saying.
During those times, right?
Yeah. And he kept saying, go back to the Vale, go back to your wife. Everybody kept saying it to him. Like, all right, we're going to get rid of this problem right now. You know what I mean? So I'm with Ito. I would have loved to see her, you know, with her bow and arrow a little bit, but Game of Thrones for you, bro. It's all over for you even start. So we get them on this boat, Viserys, obviously, and they're going to Driftmark. But we're going to pause on that. We're going to talk about the scene between Otto and Alicent, and the Hand of the King has been fired. And Alicent, his daughter's like, yo, I don't want you to leave. You know, she's sad. He like, well, you know, well, you shouldn't have helped me get fired then, whatever like that. Hold on, let me just holler at this dude. Just came in here to meme mug a certain individual who bought a PS5. Mr. Urban Well. Not saying any names.
Ooh, talk that jump.
Just a little jealous and all. Okay, yeah. I did watch the unveiling video. It was dope. It was dope.
Thank you, sir. I was actually playing with the Cowboy today, so that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, I heard about that. They're trying to get E on there. I saw or whatever like that. So.
Yeah, we playing tomorrow too. E, we playing the villain.
Who's the villain? See, I got it down. I just started downloading it.
What's it called? I think her name is Monica, who works for AIM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Josh's joy was like a little kid. I loved it watching that video.
That's true.
But yeah. So it's Otto. I'm sorry, Otto and Allison. She's crying like, "Dad, I want you to go." He said, "You shouldn't help me get fired." And then he kind of lets her know, "You got to stay strong." And he lets her know, like, eventually they're gonna if Rhaenyra is made queen, the realm will turn on her. And they're gonna want your son on the throne. In order for her to keep her claim, she's gonna have to kill your kids and maybe even you. So your job is to make sure Aegon ready for the throne, and you got to stand up basically. And Daddy can't help you no more. I got fired. I gotta go. Let me talk to you, Chloe. How you feel about that?
He was being manipulative. Number one, because if it was really that serious, he would have been told her that before she went in there to even make moves on the king.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he lost his point of power. So now he's trying to get her in there as like a spy or, you know, his what's the word, his ally in there. Okay. So she could be his eyes and his ears. And he's trying to instill fear into her. Now, did he say what he said was probably accurate? Like, not going to take anything away from that. But I feel like he was playing to her fear and her emotions so he can control her. Like he's always been.
Josh, how you feeling about Otto and Allison in that scene, bro?
It's really great to hear the female perspective. So thank you, Chloe. From my perspective, I saw it as he was giving her pure, unabridged jewels and wisdom that will stand the test of time into perpetuity in Westeros. So the fact that he gave that knowledge to the queen, I thought that was a great chess move. Right? Pun absolutely intended. So for me, I feel like Otto saw this day coming eventually because he understood each time he was asking or let's say manipulating for more from the king each time. So he's a calculated person. He knew this day would come. He probably already thought about what he was going to say to Allison. And I feel like that's the best advice for her in that time who feels all alone. So I think that was the perfect advice. And I think it actually made her a stronger character that he's no longer in King's Landing. That's just my perspective.
All right, E, how you feeling about Otto talking to his daughter as he's leaving King's Landing?
Man, I ain't like that shit at all. You know, I don't like him. Not one bit. He had to throw some little extra spice on something. And that shit just pissed me off because he's that type of character. Like, he just had to gas her. I'm like, now, look at this goofy-ass girl thinking she got to be crazy, tough, trying to plot. Like, damn, she was just doing good trying to figure... Man, listen, I don't like him, and I'm glad he's gone. But what he did to her, that jewel he put in her ear was terrible. It was terrible.
Gave her a little hug and kiss on the forehead too as he was
leaving.
Right,
shit crazy.
Yeah, but I think that's a close point. Him playing on her emotions a little bit or whatever. So,
yeah,
and being that's her dad, I think it kind of set with her.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But he never was affectionate with her.
No,
she always had to vie for his love. So now you're showing the love because you want to manipulate the situation.
Yeah, I think ultimately, besides the fact, I think what Josh is saying, I think he is dropping a gem, but also he also knows the only way for him to get back in King's Landing is if his grandson do become king.
Exactly.
So I feel like it's also his self-motivation as well and stuff. But I'm gonna stick with Allison before I go to Viserys and Rhaenyra. So Allison is now in the garden in King's Landing, and she notices Larys Strong, and he started whispering in her ear, let her know that The princess got that Plan BT from the Maester last week, and Allison didn't know that the king ordered that stuff, and kind of let her know that the way he's saying it, like maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. It'd be ashamed if she's not telling the truth or not lying. And I got Allison thinking. So Josh, how you feeling about this Clubfoot Larry Strong and his conversation with Allison?
Yeah, totally reminded me of a twerp, right? So kind of like the birds that stand in the alligator's mouth, like praying for mercy. Like you literally, you saying everything, you squealing, you snitching without being asked to snitch. Like you're going out of your way to snitch. You telling business that essentially isn't yours. So I thought that was interesting, but that was his play. So again, out of the Littlefinger ilk. So that's all I'm saying. Someone who's doing whatever it takes to compete in the Game of Thrones. So that is what it is.
I agree. I think he feels like if Allison's son does wind up on the throne, that he can be her ally if he helps her now. But Chloe, how you feeling about him dropping this T, no pun intended, on her?
So him with the T, he was spelling the T. I noticed that dude Strong or whatever last episode, Laris, when he was sitting with the chicks,
the old ladies.
The old ladies, and he's like, oh, like, you gotta play. He kind of touched on it when he was talking to Allison, like, oh yeah, when you're like this, you gotta do what you gotta do, basically. So like, because he can't battle physically, he has to battle mentally. So while he's in there listening, like, he's unseen, right? No one's paying attention to him. He's the one who knows all the information. And the person who has the most information is the person who's really on the top. Kind of like what's his name? In Game of Thrones. Oh my gosh.
Varys?
Not Varys, the short dude.
Tyrion.
Yes. He knew everything. Because he was observant and he was deformed or whatever, right? So nobody ever paid him any mind. So he was able to be non-threatening and be in rooms to hear information. So I feel like this dude is more like Tyrion than anybody else.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, because he can't battle, nobody's paying attention to him, and he just walking around, limping around, and just like sitting there and listening. But how you feeling about him dropping that T on her?
I don't like him either. I hate them type of characters, man. The shit, like they always stirring the pot, and the way they do it is just like damn, what are you gaining from this, my man? Like that telling about the T was goofy. I mean, it didn't even work in his favor if you want to be real, but telling about the T was goofy.
I think that's a play to something way bigger. I think that was very that was calculated.
Yeah, and it
told him to do that.
Yeah, it actually did. It made her question Sir Kristen later on. We'll get to that, but he definitely is that character. But so let's talk about Viserys and Rhaenyra. So they're on the way to Driftmark, the home of the sea snake. And first of all, they're on their way there. So he make them come see them. Viserys could barely stand the fuck up on the boat. He throwing up over the ship. He could barely walk. You know what I mean? He died in the carriage.
Hold on, Big Mike. Hold on. He's seasick. That's not. That's not because of the leprosy. Hold on.
Right. He was
okay. Seasick. All right. We'll give you that. The seasick.
I thought it could have been. I think that was ambiguous for a reason.
Nah.
I think it was hinting at the bigger, like his.
I would wager, even if Viserys was in pure health for himself, he would still be seasick, and that was the point.
Right. It was the point of him being that type of guy. He's that type of character.
You know what, Josh? I'll give you that because I get seasick, so I need my German mean. So I'm gonna put you on that. But
you get seasick?
I do get seasick. Yeah. It's fucked me up. But anyway, when they get there, though, the bigger point is that the sea snake does not meet them as he's supposed to with the king. Instead, he sends his daughter and his son out there to meet them. And the new hand, which we all kind of predicted last week, which is Lionel Strong, and he's kind of upset, like, what the hell Corlys at, or whatever like that. And he make him go all the way to see him inside the kingdom. And Corlys takes his time, even bending the knee. So, Josh, how you feel about the first part of their arrival and Corlys not greeting them and stuff like that? So.
I mean, Corlys, he made it very clear what he thought about the king when he stormed out of the council. Number one, number two, he's very proud about his lands and his kingdom that he had to earn, right? It wasn't this, bequeathed to him. And then at the same time, it's respectfully disrespectful in that way, respectfully, right? And then it's also his only hand is that power play, so he has to set that dynamic for the king to arrive. But he also knows Viserys. He knows that he's not that scorched earth Targaryen, so he can do that anyway, and he wouldn't even care, and he didn't. So I think it was a great calculated move, and by sending the children, there was no way he was gonna kill them because he's not that type of Targaryen. So I thought that was very calculated, and yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, E, the start of this their arrival. How you feeling about the way Corlys played that?
I actually liked how he played that because not too many characters look like us anyway.
Right.
But the fact that he had the way we would move and calculate and our attitude towards shit is correct. And isn't his family his family was the originators of the palace in the first place, but the Targaryens took it over because they had dragons, right?
Basically, yeah.
Basically, yeah. Right? Like booted them to second place.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
on their own land, basically.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Right. So he should act like that. He should act like that. I'd act like that too. Nigga, I ain't greeting you. You know what y'all did. Y'all got them little lizards. Yeah. So y'all got them little lizards. So yeah. So that's what
Chloe,
how
did you view it? I'm gonna call it. How'd you view it, Chloe? Their rival, I should say.
I mean, it was expected. Like they already had beef. You feel me? Like I didn't expect him to be like, oh yay, great, you get to marry off my son to this heir that never's gonna happen because you got a son. You know what I'm saying? Like he should have did it before the son was born if he really wanted the type of welcome and greeting that he felt like he deserved. I mean, and he's the king, but that's also his family. So it was like it speaks to his leadership as a king, right? What type of king he is, where he can be disrespected.
That's facts. And to be fair to Corlys, this was essentially his plan from the beginning that was shot down.
Basically.
Right.
So,
well, yeah, because he wanted him to marry his daughter, and she actually grew up a little bit this episode, so maybe
can we just talk about the time jumps? Like they really bothering me with
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
I hate it. I'm like, Dad, is she gonna be 90 next week? What's she gonna be?
I hope so. Let's go.
Like, what happens in between? I want it to be enough content so like we can get like 8 seasons of this, not like 4 seasons and we're caught up to the next one.
Hold on, Big Mike. Could you give the context you gave to me about the time span of this story? Like how many years?
I mean, it takes place over like 25, 30 years, maybe 25 years. So it's like you can have a 25 season show, right? So they got to do certain time jumps, in a certain way. And it's like nothing happened in between these times. So they get into the most action parts before you get to the whole conflict. But I want to warn you now, Chloe. I want to warn you right now. Next week is a 10-year time jump, so I hope you're prepared.
I can't wait.
My mom told me this is the last episode that little girl gonna be check out.
Not just her. Last episode for Alicent, Rhaenyra, Lenore, Lena. All of them gonna be replaced with older actors at this point.
Like 10 years.
But that was so smart because it's 10 episodes and did it after like episode 5 was the last time with the old actors. The younger actors. So I thought that was brilliant.
See, she was starting to grow on me, the younger girl. Because I didn't like her. The first episode, I was just like, ugh.
But again, now it's Game of Thrones. You're probably gonna get flashbacks. Those actors that
I think I have flashbacks to season 2 of those actors and stuff like that. Because
let's see.
There's some scenes that they filmed that they didn't even play with those actors. So, but yeah, it'll be the last like really huge one. This one right here, but it will be jarring. I'm gonna say that. But anyway, why Viserys came there? So he wants to marry off Lenore to his daughter Rhaenyra, and the Sea Snake. He like, all right, that's cool, but hold on. Listen, before we do this, I want to make sure that they take our last name because he's the man, and Valerian. So the king. Says, well, you wouldn't say you want a Targaryen dynasty to end, would you? So they said, how about this? You get your last name first, but then if you ever get to the throne, if they have a kid to go to the throne, then they got to go back to Targaryen. And Corlys kind of agrees with that situation. And then Corliss and his wife kind of talks, and she even plays the king and says, "Listen, my cousin, I can't believe he came here to see us. Like, he embarrassed himself with this whole situation." But she also is worried about her son because turns out that her son Lenora is gay, and she thinks that besides that, on top of the fact that if people try to come after Rhaenyra, they're going to come after him. So, hey, holler at me about all that, man. How you felt about that, and find out about their son and all stuff.
All right, so I got one question to ask about the son real fast. Is he gay in the books?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gay in the book. It's the same story, bro.
You gotta ask. That's a good question, though.
That's a good question, but he is gay in the book.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a great question because perhaps casting wise might be why his father is black.
Okay. Well, any thoughts on this whole proposal? And
on that.
Yeah.
Well, see, I wanted it to happen until I saw, son
that he was gay.
Right.
Did you know right away when they had the conversation?
What,
Talking to you, yeah, I knew, of course, but did you know when they had the conversation?
No, I wasn't paying it no mind until he was like, I realized he was, the sugar was there when he was leaning on the his shoulder and stuff, and I was like, oh nah, right there, because I'd have punched son all in his face leaning on me like that. So I know for a fact that's that there was something going on right there.
That's very interesting because I actually saw it like when we first saw him. It just seemed that way. To be fair.
What about you, Chloe? Did you know before, like Josh? Did you know when his mom and dad were talking about him? Did you figure it out then?
I didn't figure out until what he said when the dude was getting a little too close to him.
Really? Because Chloe was like, "Yo, maybe he'll grow out of it." Like, you weren't peeping what he was trying to say and all like that.
Nah, see, I thought they were talking about like probably
him being promiscuous.
Yeah,
that's like he was a player from the Himalayas,
right? White dreads and stuff. I thought he was out here wrecking them.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was wrecking some other balls. Let's say so. I'm gonna be honest. From when he's on the screen, like when in Game of Thrones, if there's a princely figure,
that's a bunch of comment.
He's either going to be like in the womanizer era, like Jamie and whatnot, like and Daemon, or they're going to be like the Tyrell prince. They're going to be they're not going to be as let's say not as flamboyant in the court.
See,
because like Tyrell, Loras Tyrell, and Laenor, they both good knights, and then Laenor got a dragon, so he can fight. He just gay, whatnot. He just like dudes, shit like that. So that's the only thing about him. But speaking of that,
sea snake.
What happened?
I said he should have spent more time with on the sea snake some more.
But you know what? He should have. But that goes to absent fathers. Corliss be going to the sea all the time.
Right. So you should have had him right with him, so he could have been a bully just like him. Like, yeah, I'm smart like my dad. But I get it.
The irony, thank you, Chloe, is that sailors are historically.
Oh shit!
So, and again, I'm not saying if there's any credence to that. I'm just saying, like in terms of lore and history and legend, that's typically the case.
That's typically the case, right?
See, go ahead.
Let me ask you, Josh, to try to pull this back in. We'll get to more about his his choices. But how you felt about the offer from Viserys and Corliss's counter, and then accepting the offer?
Oh, I thought that was very fair and very interesting, considering what happened on Monday with the Queen's funeral. So I thought that was very, very interesting in terms of predictive programming. Only because when you do take, and this happened with the current prince, King Charles now, because when she died, he becomes like you take a different mantle. So even though your name is Charles, you could become Charles 1 or 2. Right. The same way that if you come to the throne, which is very Viserys was saying, ultimately it's a Targaryen. So you're gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna be Laenor or whoever Targaryen. That's how I looked at it, like historically and accurately. And I know George R.R. Martin is a huge scholar when it comes to all things of nobility.
Okay. Chloe, how you felt about the deal and the counter offer between Corlys and also his wife and her thoughts on the whole thing about being scared for their son's life? Release.
First of all, I felt like she was hating. She's still hating for last week. Like, girl, get over it. Like, you're not gonna be queen, and get over it. At least your son, at least your heir could be queen. I mean, king. I mean, queen or king. He
Right.
could be in there, you know.
Right.
And I thought that it was a fair deal, but honestly, I didn't think he was gonna go for it because he's like, oh, he could be this until he takes the throne. I thought he was gonna give a little pushback, but ultimately he got what he wanted. So I thought it was fair. Like, I felt like he should have came to the king with that proposition first. Like, he dropped the ball with that. He should have said, your daughter is gonna marry my son. Why would he go from his daughter marrying the king if she was so young?
Right.
So for me, that was stupid. Like, and that was before he had an identity, a sexual identity. So it's like,
Right.
we could have really circumvented this if you weren't going for the goal and was just being smart about it.
That's true. You're right, Chloe. Should have been just did that or whatever like that. So
Right.
they both had kids. Why not say it way back when? Shit like that. So yeah.
Exactly.
I agree. Well, speaking of Lenore and Rhaenyra, so apparently Rhaenyra knows. So she's talking to him like, look, I know you like this, and that's cool. I like this. But we could be married, do our duty, but you could do what you want to. I could do what I want to. Basically, you could have your side joints. I can have my side joints. And Lenore, he's happy about it. He's like, all right, cool. And he goes to his boyfriend, Joffrey. Joffrey like, word? Well, she must got a side joint or whatever like that. So he cool with it. So I'm going to go back to you, Cole. How you feel about this kind of deal they come up with?
First of all, I ain't see nothing wrong with it. They're cousins.
Me either.
Like, y'all cousins. So of course y'all gonna do what you have to do for your parents, but y'all can live y'all lives. Like, every king and queen lives their lives. And that's what was kind of perplexing to me, because it's like you would think that was just a thing, like the queen would sleep with her guard and the king, especially he's not home all the time, he could be out. I thought that was just commonplace, but they're trying to make it seem like that's like so out of the realm of like what would happen. And I feel like they kind of try to touch on it with what's her name?
Allison?
Not Allison, the daughter, the queen to be.
Oh, Rhaenyra.
Yeah. And her messing with her guard. Yeah. That kind of gave light to it, but she was kind of shunned for doing it. So it's like, what are y'all doing? Is Allison just jealous because she couldn't get her?
I think I want to answer Chloe. I think it is some of that. I think Allison's sitting there laying up with a dying dude and shit every night.
With kids, with babies crying.
Yeah.
She don't really even take care of. And
by the way, all of your children are nobility, so boo-hoo for you.
But it's but listen, it's still a child. Like, she sees the freedom that it's like they both are envious of each other. Kind of.
Right.
You're the queen.
Definitely.
But you get to go out here and frolic. So I'm going to punish you for frolicking because you're not supposed to do that.
But again, that makes Allison a hater. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, she a hater too. It's a whole bunch of haters. They sipping on the haterade.
Right, and her being a hater. Wait, I'll let you. Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, let me get to that.
Go ahead.
Let me talk about the scene on the beach. Back to that. How you felt about the deal they came up with? Sounds like you was cool with it.
Yeah, I was cool with the deal. I thought it was a great deal. So I didn't see where the issue was with it, because it was like, all right, he what he is, and she be messing with him, so we can run the kingdom smooth. That's a smooth ran kingdom. You understand me? Actually, that'll make it even more dangerous for anybody, because they cousins, they family, and they already got a whole good ordeal going on where it's nobody's business. You mind that business, your head getting chopped off straight up.
Okay, Josh, how you felt about this kind of compromise from Rhaenyra proposing to Lenore?
Shame. Shame.
You know what? When we watched it, Chloe looked at me and was like, that would be the perfect marriage in this situation. And I agree 1,000%. That would be the best. Actually, that would, like, I agree with you guys. That would be the best for the kingdom also strategically, because that would squelch any vulnerabilities at all. Unless you were to know, and then if people knew about that, then you could tell you have a leak in your organization. That would be very efficient. So, I think that was the most rational thing to do. And yeah, like, why not?
what get me is that obviously his parents knew that he's gay, Lenore, and Rhaenyra knew, but did Viserys know? Because I'm like, or he just oblivious to everything, shit like
He
that.
don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's that well informed.
He don't care. He like, whatever you gonna marry. This is who you gonna marry. Now you gonna marry your cousin because we gotta make these alliances. And I messed up the first one. So you messed up, and now you're gonna go marry him because I said so, and you're not gonna give me any talk back. The end.
Well, as far as this deal is concerned, it's all good until your boy Sir Kristen Cole on the boat start simping a little bit, and he start coming at Rhaenyra. He talking about some. Hold on, he's talking about some. He found a boat from the Starlands with cinnamon and oranges, and they could ride around to other countries, just frolicking and with oranges and cinnamon, and she can drop all her titles, and you can marry her over there. And she like, look, bro, I'm about to be the queen. I'm not going with you over here for this life. I'm sorry to laugh. It's funny because he was so serious. But anyway, he felt like he shamed himself by having sex with her with his oath. And he said the only way for me to unshame myself is to at least marry you. And now you feel like and then when she says, well, listen, I already talked to Lenore. He's going to be cool with it. I can still message you. He says, you want me to be your whore? And he wasn't feeling that shit or whatever. So, I laughed this whole scene. I'm not going to lie to you. But Chloe, how you felt about this scene, bro?
So, ultimate role reversal of stereotypical men and stereotypical women, as far as like the man with the side chick, right, trying to be first place. Like, you're gonna give up your family for me? Oh, you not gonna give up your family for me? All right, watch this. Everything goes down. Oh, word? You gonna do that to me? I'm gonna do this to you. He was ultimate petty gang. I did not like how they made him seem like he was just like this cornball. Like, he went from being this strong stallion, like, you fighting everybody for me, and she liked him for that, right? Mm-hmm. And if he really knew her, he knew that she wanted the crown,
right?
So you knew when you was with her what it was, but which is why I think she took his virginity.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I remember we were talking about that before, and y'all was like, oh, he's, he had a life before he was a knight and blah, blah, blah. But the way he reacted was like, that was his first piece, and he was in love with her, and he wanted to marry her, and he would do anything for her, and he didn't realize what it was. And her, on the other hand, she was on some, like, I'm just trying to have some fun, like, and you over here, like, I like you, we good, but like, I'm not giving up all of this. You gotta be out your mind. You gotta be out your rabbit bleep mind to think I'm gonna leave my crown for you and some cinnamon and some orange pills. Like, it's not happening, bro. Like, what are you doing? So I think that she chose the wrong dude to mess with, number one, first and foremost. That was her biggest mistake. So I think this would be her first wake-up reality of, like, actions have real life consequences.
I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, Chloe, if I get to E. But it says Rhaenyra will have to get a black side dude to make sure they have the heir. I guess saying so.
Nah, they're gonna do it. They're gonna copulate. That's the point. They have to. They're not gonna like it.
So, do you have any sympathy, Chloe, for Krista in this situation?
Heck no, I got no sympathy. Just like I got no sympathy for that side chick who thought it was all roses and butterflies and stuff when he got a whole family and wife at home and a kingdom. No, he's not leaving you for that. He ain't leaving his wife. LeBron James ain't leaving his wife, or whoever. Insert famous person here. Like, that's literally the parallel I saw.
Okay.
Like, but I love you. I'm gonna ruin your life then. If you don't want me. Like, I'm going to the tabloids. I'm telling all your business. Like, he was on some lovers scoring stuff. No, I don't feel bad. He should be smart enough to know. He know how things are. So why are you getting caught up in your feelings as if you don't know what it is? Like, no, you can't feign ignorance. You know what it is. You're in the kingdom every single day. You know the politics of it. And just because you slept with her doesn't mean. If he was smart, this is what I was thinking. If he was smart, he could have been like, listen, unless you do da-da-da-da-da, I'm going to say da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
He could have flipped that whole thing. But he was being like a little bleep. He's acting like a bleep. So yeah, I don't got no sympathy for him.
These matches might not work for him. How you feel about this whole scene on the boat between Kristen and Rhaenyra?
Man, that's how you know son don't get no yams. She gets no buns. First of all, unless she got a white liver, like her hair, and it's just that good.
Right.
Like it was just that gushy. It was good, and it was nasty, and it was just like, oh man, all of that. Otherwise, I don't know why son going nuts, because she looked like a youngin at that too. So he going crazy for what?
She
What's
does
wrong
ride
with him?
dragons.
Jeez.
That's a crazy saying, yo. But it might be true. It might be true.
Clearly, like, that's some
I
psycho
mean,
stuff, y'all.
Right.
She
that was
do
psycho.
got the blood of a dragon, so I know it was warm. I can give her
Right.
that shit.
And if the queen's so smart, then why she ain't get that nigga killed? She know what's up with him. Nigga was
We'll
offering
get
his
to
life
that.
out. Oh, we
So-
ain't get to that yet?
Nah, we on the boat right now. What are you talking about? You talking about Rhaenyra? Oh, you talking about that queen? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Should've-
Yeah.
After that situation, yeah.
She
Josh,
liked
let me hear.
him.
Josh, let me hear your thoughts on Kristen and his offer that Rhaenyra kind of said, hell no.
Sir Kristen Cole, Lord of Simpleton. My goodness.
Woo.
I mean, however, I agree with Chloe and E because it's your first one. Because like to E's point, even if she didn't, bust it wide open, you wouldn't know the difference. So for you, everything is like that the first time. So you literally have
Thank
no
you.
idea.
Thank
In
you.
addition to that, how old is Sir Kristen Cole? Probably in 25, 30.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
If you wait that long and get it, and you get a heir to the throne or a princess or a queen, that's like legendary for you for that to be your first one. Are you kidding me? And the vow of chastity as well. So it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I broke it for the dragon princess. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That's your excuse. Like, I'm sorry. Like, how is that a bad thing? But to me, this is what illustrated how Sir Kristen is probably more honorable.
Yeah, he is.
And I would say this with all due respect, than a Ned Stark, only because he doesn't have any titles. Right. So he has nothing to offer. And again, as Chloe was saying, she's in line for the throne herself. And she was still taking suitors, but she's still on the line for the throne herself. If you actually did know her, like why would she give that up for you, respectfully, right? And it's like you didn't read the room, and it was like in the actual scene, I was just like, oh no, he gonna crash and burn, and she's gonna be like,
that's enough. Don't call us, we'll call you. Thank you.
My thing is that the offer is crazy because she's a highborn princess who lives in castles with maids and servants her whole life. And you ask her to get her shit up to go sail and do nothing with you. I don't understand why you thought she would say yes to this situation. It's just like she probably don't even know how to do mad shit for herself because she's been served the whole life. And thirdly, like, listen, you think Viserys not coming to find his daughter if y'all try to sail somewhere? She really very obvious and shit.
But he didn't even make the offer appealing. Like he didn't say we could hop on your dragon and like fly out of here. Just go get your dragon, baby. Like, let's go for the adventure. He like, no, we're going to sail around the world and get some spices.
Oh, here we go.
Like,
right, thanks, Club, for picking up on that. Yeah, I don't understand why he thinks she would leave the kingdom for that. That is just
he needs to make that offer enticing. He should have did that before he gave it up to her.
Right.
First and foremost,
sail for some spices.
Before he gave it up?
Yeah, because she wanted that. She wanted that bad.
Not that bad. I feel like if he did that, then to East Point, he would have got off with his head with that.
I don't think
what made me laugh is he had a whole speech ready. Listen, I was seeing these oranges and the cinnamon. Yeah, he cracking hell up and shit like that.
I was trying to figure out where the conversation was going. I know she was confused too. Like, what is he talking about?
Well, you heard what she said. She said, are you telling me you're leaving? Go somewhere? He's like, he was like, no. But anyway, speaking of him, once again, Sir Kristen, he get called to the actual queen this time.
Uh-oh. Mike's frozen.
Voila, magic.
Voila.
I don't know what's happening right now, but he get called in to see Allison. Summons him, and she's beating around the bush, and she's asking him about Damon, but he think he's talking about her. And I'll always say a rule of thumb is don't ever give yourself up if nobody don't actually accuse you of shit.
Right.
So,
He wanted to do that.
right. So
He was waiting.
she going around and before she can go anywhere, he says, "Nah, it was me. I fucked her." Basically, he says, "I was wrong. I disgraced my crown. Just please don't torture me. Just kill me. You know, be merciful." Stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
So, Josh, let me start with you with this scene. Right? How you felt about this? Yeah.
The naivety was unparalleled at that moment. As you said, who gives themselves up so easily? It's like you went out of your way to give up the most volatile secret in the kingdom at that moment.
Right.
So it's kind of like at that point, I felt like Sir Kristen actually violated Rhaenyra's trust.
Right.
Now, to be fair, from his perspective, all he has is honor, and becoming a knight in the Kingsguard or the whatever, and guarding the princess is the highest thing he can do. And then she's kind of like foo-fooing at the titles and the respect of the titles. I thought it was very interesting that then the scene went to Alicent, who is all about the stars and stripes, if you will.
Right.
She's like the she would be like a Homelander type of thing.
Right.
Not that she has that power, but she's all about the stars and stripes from that like high level. Like she's considered, as Chloe was saying, she's the good girl who is watching, her friend have all the fun and disrespect all the rules, and things like that. So that's how I saw that.
Chloe, how you felt about him giving himself up in this scene?
So at first I thought I was along Josh's train of thinking. And then I was like, nah, he ain't that stupid. He wanted to get back at her. He said that a little too quick. And he didn't care. He had a suicide mission.
Yeah, he did.
So he was like, yeah I effed her. Don't torture me, but I did it so he could her and ruin him. But he's so stupid because it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. Like, it's not gonna leave the kingdom. Even if she did that, it ain't going nowhere. And it don't matter because she's still gonna get married. So it was kind of like, you just jealous too. And she was kind of mad that her friend lied to her. I think that's what she thought. Because I didn't understand. So I thought she would be a little relieved when she figured out she didn't sleep with her uncle.
Well, I think well, hold on. Before I do that, let me get a shout out to one of our other members, Michelle. Shelly Shell can't be on, for this show, but always on our powers. What's up, Shell? Well, first of all, I think Allison is always jealous, like y'all said, because of the fact that she can't live like Rhaenyra has been living. And I think that, she was relieved it wasn't Damon, but she lied to her in the first place. I think the rules are you're supposed to stay a virgin until you marry. And I guess Allison felt like, I did it, so why didn't you do it? I don't know. I think it's a jealousy thing.
But she didn't really lie to her. She just said, I ain't sleep with him. It was never if she slept with somebody.
And the problem I have about that is you was trying to see if she slept with the white-haired dude, Damon. So why are you acting like the night is such a betrayal when you was really digging for something else?
Exactly.
Thank you.
That's why I said I don't understand why she was so mad.
Because she related to that man. That's why.
Right.
That's what's wrong with her.
Exactly. No. I would say that it's because that she shares the same level of naivety as Sir Kristen Cole. They feel like the rules and the traditions are infallible. Kind of like how some people feel about the United Nations, but they don't really do anything.
Right.
Yeah, I think Kristen should know better. I think Allison, knowing who her dad is, she should know better too, but she's also young. But I feel like it reminds me, what it reminds me of? Like two girls who grow up in church, and one of them is like being promiscuous, and she's jealous because she's not getting in trouble, but she can't do it because she tries to get in trouble. I feel it reminds me of that, honestly, a little bit.
Okay, Deacon Levant, I hear you.
It just reminds me. I'm just saying, because you'll get whole girls like younger girls wind up pregnant in the church, and then it's like they don't even get scolded. But then another girl who might kiss a dude, but like, I can't believe you're kissing that dude. This remind me of that situation.
Facts.
But she's the queen though. Like, bro, you're the queen. You can't do that. You signed up for that life.
True. You followed your dad. Viserys, sickly as hell once again. And this time we got the maesters with him and stuff like that. We see his arm with the scale and stuff like that. But he's talking to his new hand. And his hand, he's like, yo, how would I be remembered as king? Will they sing songs about me? And the hand, like, I don't know about no songs, but you've had some peace going on. But Viserys, like, I ain't really do nothing. I ain't fighting no wars. I ain't do nothing. And the king, the hand trying to make him feel a little better, but the king kind of feel bad about his reign. So, how you feeling about that conversation, bro? We can't hear you, bro.
Yo, you're muted, E.
He looked like he was saying something.
My
deep.
fault. Yeah, I don't understand how these guys be trying to. They don't know how to manipulate. Like it should have been so easy to gas him up about his reign. Like what? You got peace? We had parties. We
Right.
sip wine. Everybody getting buns. Are you crazy? I'm gonna remember you forever. You got any plants up in here? You got that? You gonna really go down in history. But I just don't. Like But yo, why his arm look like Freddy Krueger? Oh my gosh.
It's the leprosy. It's just
That
taking
was
him out.
disgusting. And I noticed it when she tried to grab his hand. The fucking fingers were missing or something in the gloves.
Yeah, two of them missing. Yeah, his cousin Rhaenys. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
bad.
God. So what does leprosy do to you? Like
It eats away at you over the years and years, at your skin and your bones, until it eventually kills you. Yeah.
damn.
I think
But believe it or not, even with the 10-year time jump, he's still gonna be alive. Stuff like that. So, but
I was saying why he ain't cut his arm off.
it don't. I mean, I guess it stopped the pain. I guess, but I don't know. But
he
Josh,
he still got an arm, so he
how you
looks.
feeling about the scene with the king in his hand and him asking about his reign?
Yeah, I feel like I agree with E. He should have hyped him up more, but at the same time, I feel like that was the difference between Otto and Strong here is that he's a little bit more honest. He's going to be a little bit more authentic in the best interest of the king. And at this time, the king, being vulnerable, he doesn't want to be lied to. That's why he got rid of Otto.
Mhm.
So he's actually telling him the truth. Like, hey, listen, the way that history is structured in Westeros, of course, if you go out and win a war, you're going to be remembered more. This is why
Right.
Daemon did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
That was his conquest. So Daemon might have a song about him, but unfortunately, Viserys may not. That's just how it is. When you have peace in the kingdom, people are remembered for wars, order out of chaos.
Otto had his own interests. Chloe, how you feeling about him asking about his his reign and what he was told by the hand?
First world problems.
Yeah.
So sad. I didn't get to fight.
What
in the
about
battle.
my reign?
Oh
Yeah,
my
you're
goodness!
right.
Nobody's gonna remember me because what? I didn't go die at 23. What are they gonna sing songs like, bro? They already singing songs about you. Go outside. They got a whole
right.
play about you. with
And see, that's what I'm
puppets
saying.
and everything.
I think that it definitely first world problems remind me of presidents now who do want to be remembered for something, stuff like that. They try to do different things, even if it's not a war, but do something to would have remembered their presidency. But I do it does remind me of that. I think since he had peace, that's cool. Maybe he should have built something, built a new building or something like that. Something they can remember you by or something like that. I don't know.
Well, he built the building.
Built like a club, basically.
He built the building. Remember, he was working on that.
The model, but I mean, he should have used that model and made that shit. Had some architects come and make that shit a real spot or whatever.
That's
like
what he'll have as
Right.
his legacy. That thing,
Then he would have
miniature city.
Right. He would have a good legacy though if he would have built on top of the castle and built more stuff for them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Do
you're
some
right.
Targaryen shit. Thank you, E.
He didn't even want to ride no dragons. Like,
You could have built a whole statue in the sea, like one of them things.
Now I
Well,
respect him if you ain't want to deal with the dragons. Like if you came and you had a bad, you tried it, it didn't work. It's okay because you don't want to be lunched, don't want to be burnt, or you don't want to fall off at a all the way up there. So I think it's okay.
Well, speaking of dragons, we're about to get to this wedding, and we see two dragons in the sky, along with all the ships from the Sea Snake coming from Driftmark. The two dragons is Lenore and his mother Renice. That's her dragon up there that was with him or whatever. So yeah, her old dad's got a dragon too. Whatever.
Is
So
the daughter doesn't have a dragon?
she don't. I don't want to say nothing yet, but she don't have one at this point that
Okay.
you watch now. No, she
That's
ain't have
fair.
one yet.
No
Yeah,
spoilers.
yeah, no spoilers. But that's the mother dragon Melee's, the red dragon up there. So that's why he told. Remember the first episode when she told Corlys, so he was like, "Yo, we can go somewhere," and she was like, "I'm gonna get there before you, because I got a dragon," basically, shit like that. So, but nevertheless, they pulling up. The wedding's happening. We got the Lannisters pulling up, and talking their
Pre-wedding,
shit.
right?
Huh?
It was a pre-wedding, right? They
Well,
were
I'm
supposed to
sorry. Yeah,
celebrate for
you're right. I'm sorry. It was
17
the wedding dinner. You're right. It was the dinner before the wedding and whatnot. It was. You're right, Close. It was supposed to be a week of festivities, tournaments, dinners leading up to a wedding. But at this particular dinner, like I said, we got everybody coming up. The king and his daughter are greeting everybody. Next thing you know, the whole Valerian crew walking in. They look kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie, just like that. And then Damon show up out of nowhere. Yo, the way the king looks at Damon, he be mad as hell. Y'all be cracking the fuck up.
Yeah, I be cracking up too. Yeah.
yeah. But he let him sit down, stuff like that. There's so much happened at this wedding. I don't even know where to start at. I'm gonna let Josh take it, bro. But I'm gonna talk about this though. After Damon pulls up, then the king is giving his speech, welcoming everybody, and then Alicent pull up, and she pull up in her green dress.
I hated her move, man. Oh man,
and the green signifies war from the High Towers because that's the color of war in which she's from, in Old Town. And we see that her uncle there too to kind of be one of her allies as well. So, Josh, let's start right there where Alicent pulls up. How you feeling about this so far, Josh?
I mean, classic Game of Thrones wedding. You never know what's going to happen. And it's kind of like, it reminds me of boxing when everyone is announced as they come in, and they do the same thing with each family. Oh, we have the Lannisters here and the Hightower. So I always look at it like that, or kind of like wrestling and whatnot. So I thought that was funny, but also traditional. But at the same time, it's just like, all right, what's about to happen next? What's about to happen next? This isn't going to be a traditional event right here.
Right.
No, it's too good to be true. E, how you feeling about the wedding up to the point where Alicent showed up, bro?
So, I felt how Damien came in. He came in pretty smooth, and everybody was paying attention and looking. Now, Alicent, I did not like her aura. That's one. Coming in here all cocky and shit in the middle of my man's speech. You already got a weak king, and then you try to make him look weaker.
Yeah.
Two, then you wearing green. I'd have been like, hey, hold up. Is that a sign of war? Are you coming in here trying to talk about war at my party at my motherfucking party? Take that shit off right in front of her family.
Well, I don't want to make you feel bad, E, but you will never see her wear another color again. She will always wear green from here on out. Just let you know. Shit like that.
Oh yeah, so. See the king. Let's see the king, man. Let's look at the king. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if you notice, right, in the beginning, right, of the episode, when she came to see her dad, she still had the red and black on.
Right.
And then later, she went kind of towards teal. And then by the end, she in that green. And that's it. But Chloe, up until the point where she came, Damon interest, Corlys and his family interest, how you feeling about all the stuff going on at the wedding dinner so far?
She's set tripping, number one. Number two, she does not respect her husband.
No.
Clearly. And how you want... That was deep.
That was deep.
And number three, it's like I don't know. I didn't like that. But I was like, oh, that's what she doing now? Oh, she's big mad? Like, you that mad that you're disrespecting your king? So for me, it was like she throwing all her morals out the window. So I will not be surprised if she go find, her little side piece and do all this other stuff, because you clearly don't respect the order of things if you showed up there wearing green to their wedding. with everybody there who meant anything.
Josh, how you feeling? Anything? Valerian interest, Damon interest, Allison interest? How you feeling
Oh,
about this?
the best entrance by far was Damon. For sure. Didn't say anything to anybody. And as the director said at the end of the show, like a lot of his scenes, you know, Matt Smith is great at, you know, non-verbal communication. A lot of his scenes, he doesn't even say anything. And I have to give the hats off to the entire ensemble. They've been absolutely fantastic, especially, you know, the guy who plays Viserys, Paddy Considine.
Paddy Considine, yeah.
Yeah, he
Right.
like these guys are all amazing. And, you know, I don't even know how they are in real life. I just know them as these characters. Like, that's how good they are.
I thought Damon's was dope. I like how the king kind of was like, damn it, I don't want him here, but I ain't gonna mess up this wedding dinner. So give him a chair, let him sit down. You know what I mean? Fuck it. And he started giving him a plate. I love the Valerian because it was mostly all black people except for his wife, and it was kind of dope. They all came deep and shit like that, and they was dressed in their little gold and black and shit like that. So I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of feeling that shit. And and because his brother was there too, Corliss's brother, other black dude and shit like that. So I thought that was dope. And then of course Allison, like I don't know why she declaring war at this point, just because he feel like Rhaenyra lied to her and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's weak. It's weak.
Because I think she feel like if she didn't go stand up for her, her father wouldn't have got fired.
That's what I really feel like it is too. Like she feel like her dad is gone because of Rhaenyra. I feel like that might be a big thing. Think it is. Think it was like that.
No, it's not. Your dad's gone because he tried to say you slept with your. She slept with the uncle. So that's not what the hell does the night have to do with that?
Exactly.
Again, your dad was wrong. You knowing your dad was wrong, you should be more calm and cool and collect about the situation.
But see, her dad kissed her on the forehead the first time. And he loved her, and then that's now she got to ride for him.
See, somebody should have walked up the auto and gutted his ass before
he was holding that kiss for a real good reason.
Let me holler. See, my brother got to say. He said the king being a pushover again. If his brother was his hand, that would have never happened. Yeah,
right.
I agree. So after this whole thing, all the interests. King finally get his speech or whatever off and everything like that. And then we get a lot happening. First, we get my man, Sir Gerald Royce. He just straight up go up to Damon like, listen, man, I know you killed my cousin. And we was at the Bell right now. I would take you to task. And Damon being Damon said, who are you? And then he goes, oh, yeah. He said, are you a man guilt? And then he like, well, listen, if here in King's Landing, you know, we do to people like you, basically. And then he said, oh, yeah, that reminds me. Since we didn't have no heirs, I'm coming to take that land too. So I'm going to see y'all later on. Make me an appointment. I'm going to holler at y'all later. So we get that. We get Damon with Rhaenyra talking to High Valerian. And she basically like, look, you all upset I'm marrying Lenore. Well, do something about it, basically. You know what I mean? I'm sure you strapped. Take out the king's guard and take me to Dragonstone and marry me then. You know what I'm saying?
Testing his manhood.
Yeah. yes, he definitely is. We get Joffrey talking to Lenora. He figures out that it got to be Kristen. That's Rhaenyra's side piece, and he decides, you know what, I'm gonna go talk to him, which that's crazy in itself and stuff like that. So let me go to Josh first. All the stuff happening at this wedding dinner, man. What stood out to you on all these things, man?
Definitely the conversation between, you know, Ray and Day.
Yeah, Ray and Day.
Yeah, and you know we'll get into what happened later. But it was just interesting that he was trying to make the final plea, and you know, it's just like at first I feel like it's legitimate. He means what he's saying, but he just doesn't have the context that it's an arranged marriage because they both like other things.
Right.
So,
wait, who are you talking about?
He's talking about Damon talking to Rhaenyra.
Right. Oh, Damon doesn't have the context? Oh.
I don't think he knows. I'm not sure if he knows. Maybe he cares. Matter of fact, if they fought together, he probably knows. Matter of fact, he probably knows.
I'm about to say, and remember, Damon was talking to the sister, and he said, "You're almost pretty as your brother." So I think that Damon knows.
Yeah, he knows.
She said that shit or whatever.
No.
But Yeah, we get that. I like this conversation with the other dude too, the cousin of his wife and shit like that as well. That was Damon being Damon. But Chloe, all these things happening, man. What stood out to you at this wedding dinner?
How close they were to each other, Ray and Day in the middle of the floor.
Oh,
Everybody,
when the kid was eating his chicken, looking at you, I was cracking up.
their body language was very sexual, and it was in front of everybody. So
Right.
that was shocking to me. Like, girl, you just been accused of sleeping with this man, and you want to be all up on him like that. But that's how you know she about that life. Renee don't care. She like, I don't care. Like, oh, you want to take me? Better take me then. She was
right.
flexing. She was flexing, and she knew he wasn't going to do nothing because she knew he wasn't about that life because he couldn't do anything before. Just like his wife knew that. That's why women treat him like that because he talk a lot of talk, and when it's time to walk the walk, he can't do it. So that was number one. And number two, I was like, okay, old boyfriend really being catty as hell right now. Like,
Yeah.
you being a real catty person, like, you need to chill. First of all, nobody's supposed to know anything. You shouldn't say nothing to nobody. Your job is to just be over here for when I need you, not go over there staring up the pot. And guess what? We'll get to that.
Yeah, I felt that way too. I'm like, especially like in the middle of the wedding, why go talk to him about that shit right there? Like, that was kind of crazy to me.
Because he
Like,
thought nobody, you know, when people get real confident when they think nothing's going to happen to them in public.
yeah, I don't know.
I think that's what that was.
Hey, Damon and Renee are talking. Damon with his wife's cousin. Damon also with Delana Valerian too, man. How you feeling about these scenes, E?
All right, so Damon's good. He's good with me until he got until he got in front of old girl. What's her name again? Renera?
Yeah, Renee, yeah.
Yeah, Renera. So when he got in front of Renera, right, like she said, he always gets called out and he doesn't act on it. But for me, I feel like motherfuckers is always calling him out at the wrong time. Like, how you gonna call me out in the middle of a damn party? Yeah, take me right now. And then you can see her getting horny. Take me right now. talking crazy. Like, I'm like, yo. And he like, yo, like, oh, now, what the fuck? She talking crazy. Like,
because he got that persona, like he gonna do that.
Because he is about that. But look how he does it right. He does everything at the right times. That right there was kind of drawing to me. Like, that's like, you know, like you got a plan to deal with Shorty, and then she just say, fuck the plan right now. Like, yeah, right here, right now. Like, oh, Shorty.
I kind of agree with E, Chloe. I feel like that, you know, ain't no way in hell he was going to take everybody out and take her with him at that damn wedding dinner.
Why
Why
not?
Right.
Why not? You guys got to remember his personality. Like, y'all are negating who he claims to be. If you a dude and you walk in the room and you like, oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and that's what you're portraying to women, and you get tested and you don't do what you say you're gonna do, we lose all respect.
Okay.
I mean, that's definitely fair, but I'm saying in this context, it's not tangible.
He has a whole dragon.
It's not tangible in this context.
Listen, if he wanted her,
Shelly,
like
Shell, you could say why not, but you all know why not.
No.
Right, they both know right now.
The whole reason why this event is even happening is because Rhaenyra understood that she had to play the game.
And guess what?
So this would be catastrophic for everything.
Doesn't matter. He don't. But the thing is,
it definitely matters.
Damon doesn't care if it's catastrophic. He don't care. He portrays a dude who don't care.
No. But I'm not saying
he cares.
Yeah, I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying that all she doing is calling his bluff, and it is a bluff. But she's also bluffing too. That's the difference.
Yeah, but what would have happened if he took her? Then she would have been like, "Oh, okay, guess I'm going with you." You feel me? Like,
yeah, but in the moment, but long term, Rhaenyra made a long term logical decision.
She was also, that was kind of like, she wasn't really serious. She was more alluding to him.
That's
right.
You were bluffing the bluff. Yes.
Yeah, but she was more poking the bear. Like, bro, you couldn't even. That was a nice way of saying you couldn't even take me when we had the chance, and now you definitely can't take me. She knew what it was. She was effing with him.
I mean, her defense, he did start with her and say, Lenore's a good knight, but you're gonna be bored with him. So
Right.
when she was like,
I
"Yo,
mean,
I'm
he
bored."
did, but think
Yeah.
about it. You got to think about his moves. Like, all right, she telling me to ride or die right now, fuck everybody up and bounce and take her. Yeah, Knight is one of the best fighters that I've fought, and he put me on my ass a couple of times. So I got to worry about that man, and then a whole bunch of other motherfuckers trying to run up in there stabbing me. I'm gonna lose. No.
You gotta tag him.
That was suicide, bitch. You trying to put him
Right,
on.
that's right.
By the way, who just got banned twice from the kingdom?
He got banned. You can't get banned twice. If you get banned once and you come back, you're never going to get fully banned. Like,
And he came back twice.
He ain't the only one with a dragon. You saw two of them come there from the Valerians.
so that mean that
Right.
he don't have nothing to lose. Like, if he really was about that, I'm gonna do like he shouldn't have been talking all that talk. Women don't like when men be talking, and Damon just be talking. That's why his wife didn't like him. That's why his side chick didn't like him, because he just be talking. And that's why Rhaenyra don't respect nobody. No woman respects him because he talks and doesn't back it up. So she was calling him out like, bro, you're saying all this stuff, then take me now. But you're not going to take me now because you're just not. That's like his wife saying, you can't even finish the job. like, you can't even kill me. I knew you weren't going to kill me. And then he did it finally. So maybe by the end of this, we'll see him actually be a man of his word. But so far, his track record is like trash with the women.
Well,
Yes.
Y'all
see, hey, fellas, y'all see how women think? Suicide, they want you to go suicide.
Don't say you're gonna go suicide and then be like, wait a second, I forgot my parachute. Like, I'm gonna jump out this plane for you. Wait a second, I didn't bring my parachute with me today.
That's
maybe next time.
That is incredibly toxic.
Right.
It is toxic, but he toxic too. Don't start the toxic behavior.
But again, according to you, he's not.
I didn't say he's not toxic.
Because you're only as toxic as doing the act.
Oh no. You're toxic if you entice the act. He took her out the kingdom, made people think that she slept with him, and couldn't even actually sleep with her. How you gonna make people think we slept together and we ain't even really sleep together? That ain't toxic. I don't know what toxic is. Like,
and they didn't deny it when they got asked about it. That was crazy.
he lied about it. Like,
Right. He's just like,
toxic.
Right.
He basically let his dick low key. It should have like that. So
They're both toxic.
He's toxic. She toxic, and because they both Targaryens. They know each other. That's why their relationship is so. They still had that chemistry.
they do.
I don't care what nobody said because they know each other. They like you, me, and I'm you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Well, speaking of toxic, like we said, Joffrey went to talk to Kristen, which is crazy. I don't know what he's trying to do. Kristen's still mad. He's still mad about Rhaenyra turning him down, mad about the marriage. He done gave himself up to Alicent. He snapped on the boy and kill him with his bare hands. The whole wedding going crazy, whatever. Rhaenyra got to get gobbled up by one of the strong other sons, Harwin Strong, and stuff like that. And they wound up having to have the wedding in the pool of Joffrey's Lenore's boyfriend's blood after that happened. And we also saw Lenore crying like crazy about his boyfriend. So how you feel about him killing a little boy like that or whatever?
I thought that was some nut shit. 'Cause I still didn't see what was wrong with the plan. I didn't understand why he went ape shit. Like,
He don't want to be nobody whore, he told you.
What do you mean nobody whore?
He said he don't want to be her side dude, Kristen Cole. He did say that.
He did.
But you're not a side dude. He's not gonna smash, Brody. What are you doing? That's all you.
I mean, I feel you. I would have been smashing the presses on the low, me, but that's
right. At this point, that's all you. Because if Damon take that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for real. Like, it's a real wrap. Then you really got to go kill yourself. So I mean, he tripping. I didn't understand that. He killed that man for nothing. I mean, and that man looked like meatloaf. That shit looked nasty as hell. Damn. I mean, that shit was whoo. Good graphics, Game of Thrones. Good graphics.
Josh, how you felt about Kristen Cole's actions there, man?
I mean, first the arrogance of what's his name, Joffrey.
Yeah.
Again, a feeling so more important than what you actually are. number one. So you didn't understand your place, and Sir Kristen Cole did put you in his place, but also he didn't have the context. He didn't understand the psyche of Sir Kristen Cole. If he comes from that, let's say that honorable warrior ilk, the best thing he can do is give honor and obtain honor. But if it's stripped away from him, if the foundations of his honor crumbles, which is what happened with Rhaenyra, that's what makes people like that snap. Things like, PTSD, that makes people do that if their fundamental beliefs are shattered.
Chloe, how you felt about it? How you see it?
I was with E. First of all, I was so confused. I'm like, what's going on? It's a lot of commotion. The first thing that came to my mind was, because you forgot, I think we didn't say it, but the king had fainted before all the commotion.
Yep.
He sipped some of that juice or wine or whatever, and his nose started bleeding.
Yeah, his nose started bleeding. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this is the setup. I was like, oh, this is the setup. I was like, his wife poisoned him, told the Sir Kristen Cole to go in there and start some stuff.
Oh shit.
That's
not
what
happened.
I was about to say, damn.
That's what she thought.
That's what it looked like to me. Right. And then when I was like, wait a second, he beat him up because he said something about it. Like, yo, you wilding, number one. And number two, you're big wilding. Like, why are you beating up this man for no reason? But what Josh said makes sense. I think that's context that I needed because it just looked crazy to me. And maybe he killed them because he knew about it. And he was like, dag, not only the queen knows about it, but this random dude knows about it too.
And the crazy part, he figured it out just by watching. He didn't even get told about it and shit like that. So
he like,
that's what I'm saying. He just saw it.
Dying with you, bro.
Yeah. I think what Josh said, I think his honor, for him, honor means everything. I think his honor already been.
If that's the case, then don't why you sleep with her.
Exactly. And on top of that, I don't think it was as much of his honor as he was just pissed that she didn't want to run away with him.
That too.
Facts.
That too.
Honor.
Facts.
He wouldn't have asked her to leave. Like, he would have just told herself.
That too.
Yeah, I ain't buying that shit. I don't fuck
he was
with him
just
like
big
that.
mad and petty.
But wait, what?
That was nutty.
Doesn't that get resolved afterwards?
What?
Well, yeah, Josh, to your point. Next, we do get him trying to go kill himself. And back at the garden. And, took off all his white cloak, took off all his guard shit, making a big drama scene. And got the knife to herself, and then Alicent stops him at that point. Meanwhile, we get the wedding, this horrible wedding, and the king falls out. So, Cloda's final scene with him trying to kill himself and Alicent stopping him in the wedding. How you felt about that?
Over dramatic. Secondly, Alicent wanted a piece of that.
Right. It's so weird. She weird.
She weird, but she not weird because that's some stuff a chick would do. Like, oh, don't worry, I'll save you from killing yourself. You don't have to worry about it. You can be with me now. You don't have to be with her. She's evil. She took your virginity. I'm the one who saved you from killing yourself. Come with me. My husband's about to die. She didn't even care when her man fainted, bro. She didn't even care.
Yo, he fell flat out. I was cracking up, bro.
And she just like, whatever. And then she not even by his side. You out there in a garden with this guy. It was just a lot going on.
I think the new hand is poisoning the king. I believe he wants the queen's heir to be the king. Long game. The queen's heir. Okay.
I can definitely see that to what Ishmael is saying because of the the signal that Lionel Strong gave to his son to get Rhaenyra out there. Like it showed me that they were on their own wavelength, the same way that Otto Hightower was with Alicent.
Yeah, I mean, he knows his son is one of the strongest knights in the whole, realm, and he can handle that shit. He did handle it too, but it's a good theory. E. I ain't even gonna comment on it. Josh, I get to you. Yeah, how you like? We talking about the fact where he was trying to kill himself and Alicent saved him.
Yeah, it reminded me of the kamikaze, if you will, and I agree with Chloe. Definitely over dramatic. But at the same time, he had just snapped that killing, that brutal killing, And again, great graphics. That reminded me of something the Mountain would do, to be honest. Like, you know, there was a literal hole in his face type of thing. Like that was like incredibly graphic. Probably more graphic than the opening scene, not the opening scene, the first episode with the birth and what happened with that. So I think that was getting all of his emotions out, all of his butt hurt out, that he couldn't take the queen away from her duty. So that's how I saw it.
And I guess Max saying to add on to his theory, because the other son was talking to the queen in the courtyard. So he think all the Strongs are in cahoots together, which is an interesting theory as well.
Especially with the trailer, but we'll get to that later.
Yes.
Yeah.
I should have played that. I probably to find it, but E, how you feeling about bro trying to kill herself and her saving him, man? At the end of the day,
Man, he should have killed himself. She should have let him. And now, why is she being such a Captain Save-A-Hole now? Like, what good is keeping him around going to do for her unless she's using him to please herself? Right. Other than that, I don't get it. I don't get it because
protection.
Again, your friend didn't lie to you.
I want to just say I think she's building allies. That's what I think.
Oh, so you think protection, like he said, basically. Like if you got him, you got one of the best fighters out.
But he can't leave his post. He can't stop protecting the what's her name? Rhaenyra.
Unless the
queen tells him to.
That's true. The queen got more power than Rhaenyra do right now.
Chain of command. So
right now, if Rhaenyra was smart, she'd get rid of the queen. But I guess she ain't thinking in that direction.
I don't think Rhaenyra figured out yet at this point that Alicent is kind of at war with her. I mean, we'll see how things go.
Yeah, she did. She looked at that green dress and was like, and doing all that, and you a fucking Targaryen. I'd have been like, bitch, take that shit off or I have my dragon burn you in.
Exactly.
I think that was more about upstaging her at her own event. That's like wearing white to a wedding type of thing. It was like the way that she entered. It could have been in red and black still, but it was the fact that she was late and it was during the king's speech and everyone stopped and it was her event. So I feel like all those things.
And it means war. Don't forget that.
It means war.
And it means war.
Yeah.
In the king's speech.
She knew something was
Definitely.
up. She just don't know what's up. She knew something was up. She just don't know what.
All right, guys, I'm gonna play this trailer for the next episode since Josh mentioned it to see what y'all think of that real quick.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Time jump.
Yeah.
30 years into the future.
10 years, Club.
Might as well be 30.
10 years? That's not a big time jump.
Nah. There we go.
We should address the latest developments in the Stepstones, my lords.
Where, I wonder, is our Prince Daemon?
It was a decade ago, and he has since left the region undefended.
We have left it undefended. My queen?
What are children but a weakness? Through them, you imagine you will persist forever.
You will be our king.
We are the blood of old Valyria.
But for them, you surrender what you should not. A father compromised by the acts of a son.
To have one child like that is a mistake. To have 3 is an insult.
People have eyes.
The consequences of an allegation like the one you twirled would be dire.
Dracarys!
All right. Chloe, you after she have dragon. Did you see her dragon, the black chick?
I know that was her dragon.
Yeah, she's on the dragon. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Okay, Mike, yeah.
That must be the dragon she was talking about to the king. Like, oh,
It is. Vagar.
Valyria.
She's bad.
See? You see her? Just her right there.
Oh.
And that's
a big.
Are you sure that's not Rhaenyra?
No, that's not
Is
Rhaenyra.
that right there?
That's Vagar. No, Rhaenyra dragon is way smaller. This is Vagar, the biggest dragon left in the whole realm. That's Daemon on his dragon right here, and that's her.
Oh, and she got the big joint.
Yes,
She got the big joint. Yeah.
Ooh, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. But y'all can see.
Spoiler alert.
How it's in the trailer? What you mean?
Ain't nobody zooming in on the.
Yeah, right. New Rockstars is.
New Rockstars is right, and that's what I'm saying.
This is
we on y'all ass.
We said we on y'all ass. This is where am I at here? Aegon. Where am I at? That's the son Aegon right there, as you can see. Older now. And y'all see under his shit, what color he wearing? Green. Right.
I don't like that. You a Targaryen, brother. What you got that on for?
But his mother's Allison, so you know.
You set tripping.
He said you set tripping. Exactly. So I like the time jump, Claude. I know you're not feeling it, but I think it's gonna be dope.
I'm feeling it, but son look a little crazy. He look a little off.
Well, they said something about
here she go to the black. Like here she go to the black girl aged up with her kid, shit like that.
Yeah, I like her.
You know what I'm wondering?
Who got her?
You gotta watch.
Yeah, but you know what I'm wondering? They never said if Rhaenyra drink that tea or not.
It's a lot gonna happen next week.
And she drink that tea, so her son.
Yo, you know what? Yeah, because that boy had brown hair, and somebody was like, "That's an insult."
This one,
this one, right there.
Yeah, that's Rhaenyra's son right there.
Old son.
That would be strong son, but I don't want to spoil it.
I was trying to spoil it, Josh, but he gave it up.
No. Again, I didn't read the book, but it's law of deduction, to be honest.
Right. To me, that's what I'm saying. The trailer is basically telling you.
Yeah.
That she had a baby.
It's not Kristen Cole's son. It's Sir Harwin Strong's son. But you know, we'll get into that later. The dude who came and got her at the wedding, where his dad said, "Go get her." Strong dude.
And that's who's training the royal family how to fight.
Correct.
Wait. Yeah,
see, I said spoiler alert. Y'all don't want to listen to me.
Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, Chloe.
Even though it's in the trailer.
It's not though. I don't know these people's names. Like y'all acting like we studied the Bible of Game of Thrones or something.
You've been watching 5 episodes. How y'all know their names yet?
Right, so wait, know who was who in the trailer. You like, oh, let me zoom in. This is the black girl riding the biggest dragon.
You asked about her dragon.
And you said I'm gonna keep it to myself. And I did. All right. And they zoomed in and said that's the dragon.
Eesh.
And you know what? What? Okay. I assumed that.
Thank you, Chloe.
Wait, let me just disclaimer. I've said this before. This is why I don't watch trailers.
Oh, you just say that. I forgot you just say that. Yeah, that's right.
Because I like to be surprised. Because my brain works where I'm gonna figure things out if I pay attention too much.
I agree.
And then
I do too.
But
I still love trailers.
Hate trailers.
It warms me up.
And I'll be honest. Based upon that trailer, Rhaenyra has never looked weaker in her position. She doesn't look like an heir. She looks like a mom.
They said queen though. They called her the queen.
Right. She ain't no joke.
Yeah. How the trailer look to you? Since we're talking about the trailer anyway.
That shit look like it's about to get real gully. And that's what it looked like. Because there was some filthy talk in that trailer. That I noticed. It was a lot of filthy talk.
Yeah.
But who all right, so that's not Sir Christian's baby? That's not the dude that was gonna kill himself?
Nah.
It should have been his baby. That would have been
crazy though. Actually.
Right. That's what I was thinking. But
because if she ain't drank the tea, it would have been his baby.
Who's the guy that saved her? I'm trying to think who you're talking about.
In the wedding, the dude when the Josh alluded to it, when his dad was like gave him a little nod. And was like, go get her.
That's the hand of the king.
Right, that's the hand of the king. Not the one with the club foot, the other son.
That's why they set up all that commotion so his son could save her. Like, come on now, see?
Right, you got it.
Yeah, even the commotion she talking about. Like, damn, that was man.
He like go over. He like say this, whisper this. That's. Yo, Mike, see, this is why I don't watch trailers. I just figured out the whole rest of the season.
But oh my God. I would say seeing Aegon that size, like he's old enough now, especially in the realm. Look how old Joffrey was. He's beyond old enough. He's way old enough.
Let's Viserys ain't dead though either. Yeah, so
I mean I get that, but in terms of how the kingdom feels,
oh yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Chloe. This will be your first and last trailer. I'll let you go next time first when we talk about the trailer. Anyway, let's talk about episode 5 with the wedding. How would y'all rate that 1 through 10?
Definitely a 9 for me.
E?
Yeah.
I give it. I'm gonna give it a 9 because that fucking smash to the head was brutal. I mean, damn.
Chloe?
I'd say a 9. It was I was like, oh, it was the first time I was like, oh snap, oh that happened. I knew something was gonna happen, but that's what happened.
I'm gonna make it 4 9s. I think that that it's like Game of Thrones. You know, action is great, but I love when they all play in the game in Game of Thrones, and I love when everybody's got their own little, you know, motives and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty dope. So I think it's a 9 as well. But anyway, E, Michelle, Mr. Urbanwell, thanks for watching. Josh, Chloe, E Money, thanks for coming on. As always, we'll be back next week with no trailers this time. And you know, more House of the Dragon. Of course, we'll do She-Hulk probably Saturday. Well, Saturday for sure, and then of course Power on Sunday to get our week in for the stuff right now. But anyway, and actually, Chris will talk about how Andor starts tonight. I'm not doing that show though. Doing a recap of that show, but
Andor.
That's new Star Wars
starts
show
tonight.
Yeah, with 3 episodes. So
what?
Wait, no, you know, that's going to be great tonight. You know why?
Yeah.
That's because that come on and She-Hulk come on at 3 a.m. I'm
no, She-Hulk tomorrow.
Wait, oh, I thought today was
Tuesday.
Yeah, today's
I
Tuesday.
know. I wish it was Wednesday.
Yeah. Andor starting with 3 episodes off the rip. So you know,
Wait,
I might do
She-Hulk come on
the next day.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, I might do a full season recap of Andor after it's done, rather than just do episode by episode. So
You gonna do a whole Andor and not do any Lord of the Rings?
I told him Lord of the Rings was fire.
I'm calling
I
you
told him.
out.
Do you watch the show?
That show was fire.
Yes, I watched it. It's better than Game of Thrones at this point.
I told him. I told him that.
Nah.
How you gonna say no?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Yo, hey Mike, that's 3 people that you fuck with that you know like shit that's telling you this.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Josh said it's good too, you know, so that's true.
So that's 4.
I'm not saying it's not good.
I'm saying it's better than Game of Thrones at this point.
See, I ain't hearing that from everybody,
told him
man.
That. Come on, you heard it from us though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
don't hear it from the people that don't like that that everybody has a different color race person in their thing. That there's black elves and black gnomes and shit like that. Yeah, hobbits, black hobbits,
Dwarfs.
The dwarfs.
Black dwarfs.
There was representation more than in the actual Hobbit. I like that.
So I like that. That's what I said. I like the representation,
especially the main elf.
All the races. All the races.
Lit. The main elf lit.
Yeah, he
ain't no.
He ain't no joke, man.
He
That's
ain't
what I'm
no
saying.
joke.
That's why I want. Mike needs to get to this.
I need to watch it. But anyway, on that note, thanks for watching this House of the Dragon review. And we'll see you guys on the next. Thanks, guys, for hopping on in this show.